Hey guys, a happy Monday. It's Joe, and it's time for Pocket with Joe over here on SportsGrid TV. I tell you, talking is not my strong suit this afternoon. Not sure why. Matt, let's make some frickin' money. I'm excited for today. We've got 4 games on the ice, 1 game, couple storylines to look at across the board today. Really excited for these matchups to kick off. Let's look at the first one here. We have the Arizona Coyotes taking on the Buffalo Sabres. Now, you guys know all odds are over on FanDuel. This one, we have the Arizona Coyotes coming in as the dog at plus 106 here on the road. The Buffalo Sabres at minus 128. Total of 6.5. Now, it is juiced to that under at minus 114. The over is still only minus 106. So we're not laying too much juice on either side. Would have loved plus money to one side of it, but we're not getting that. I do think this one has the ability to go over that total at minus 106. It is a nice way to look. These two teams do trend to the under when they face up against each other, but this Arizona Coyotes team is a different team than we really have seen year in and year out. They're able to get those pucks in the back of the net. And now the Buffalo Sabres are struggling to find the back of the net. They do have a little bit of an uptick with Tage Thompson back out there on the ice, and I do think they're due for a pretty explosive game. Now, the Arizona Coyotes, I do think, will be able to score on Levi, expected in net for them. He's got a 3.27 goals against average and a 0.892 save percentage. Now, Vejmelka coming out here for the Coyotes, he's got a 3.45 and a 0.892 save percentage. Looking at the Arizona Coyotes, their power play is pretty strong, 7th best overall in the league at 24.4%. And the Buffalo Sabres do have a strong kill, sitting 13th overall in the league at 81.1. But I do think the Arizona Coyotes will have the upper hand in this one. Now, looking at the Buffalo Sabres, like I said, this team just not scoring enough, averaging under 3 goals per game. It's at 2.82. But I do think this is one where they can find some success in this game. Now, this is the first night of a back-to-back for the Arizona Coyotes. We know this team. This team is steadily improving. Young and hungry team. Clayton Keller, we know how phenomenally strong he has been on the season. I do like Clayton Keller here at plus 195 tonight for that anytime goal. You can look at his points as well on the power play. I do think they'll be able to convert on this power play. So the power play points coming in here for Clayton Keller is coming in at plus 170. Definitely the way I would look in this one. Now, the Sabres really need to find that offensive explosiveness. That's what I'm hoping to see out of this team for them to be able to win, but I don't think they'll be able to get it done. So it is the Arizona Coyotes in this one for me at plus 106. I'm definitely going to hit that there. So give me the over 6.5. The Arizona Coyotes, plus 106 on the money line, which is actually my favorite bet of the day. Clayton Keller for his anytime goal at plus 195, and for his power play point at plus 170. I bet one or the other. You know, those points have been coming on the board for him. He has a point in 6 of his last 10 games or more. But I do think in this one, that power play will convert. Let's look at the next game here. You also look at the Sabres. They do have a road trip on deck. They have the Abs Vegas, and then these two teams play again on next Saturday in Arizona. So I think Arizona could probably walk away with both wins, especially with how they play in Mullet Arena. Let's look at the next one here. The Toronto Maple Leafs taking on the New York Islanders. Now, Toronto coming in at minus 130 on the money line. Plus 108 for the Islanders. Total 5.5. Now, this 5.5 is juiced to that over at minus 134. Plus or under 5.5 plus 110 in this one. If you think the Toronto Maple Leafs can get a big win, you can lay the 1.5. That's coming in at plus 188. No value on the puck line for the Islanders plus the points. But I do think this is the Leafs one to win. I'm just not in love. Well, the money line's not that bad. It's sitting at minus 130 right now. It's okay. I do think with this game, they will come in nice and strong. And this is one where I'm looking at the storyline. We look at Tavares here. Tavares is 2 points, only 2 points away from 1,000 career points. I do think he gets those 2 points tonight against his former team. You've got to look at the storylines, especially in hockey. I do think they are money makers. So 2 points away from 1,000 points for John Tavares. You can look at him tonight For 2+ points, that's coming in at plus 180. I love the value you're getting on that. You can look at John Tavares in a couple other ways as well. 4+ shots on goal coming in at minus 108 over on FanDuel, or that anytime goal coming in at plus a 200. I think that's a really solid way to go. Now, one thing I did do when I placed my bets this morning is I took the Toronto Maple Leafs here on the money line. I parlayed it with Tavares for an anytime goal. That came out and paid me plus 310. So I love those two combinations. I do think Tavares will come out nice and strong. Now, instead of taking him on the money line, if your book offers the money line for the Leafs as well as a point for Tavares, or the 2 points for Tavares, I just couldn't get those 2 points. I was only able to get the anytime goal within that parlay. But I'm comfortable with any way that you take it there. Yeah, Matt, Tavares should be in for a big day against his former team. You know that crowd is going to be wild with him coming back in. So it's going to be really interesting. Now, there is a look ahead to the Rangers, but like I said, with a player like Tavares, this is a meaningful game for him. I would count on him to be impactful in this one. And we know Sorokin is strong in net for the Islanders, but Sorokin has shown his weaknesses in some of these games. They are off that impressive win on Saturday versus the LA Kings. I actually was so shocked that they were able to get that win in OT. And then we see Toronto's been rolling hot. They won their last 2 games. They're off the shutout win over the Preds. I do think this is a phenomenally strong spot for them. You look at their kill, it's so much stronger, and the power plays are pretty similar on both sides of the pot. These two teams sitting 2-2 in the last 4 matchups, but if we look at the last 10, the Leafs have won 6 of the last 10 matchups. For me, Tavares is the best bet in this one. Happy Monday, Kev. I hope your day is going absolutely wonderful. So this one, just to recap, I'm going to take the Leafs on the money line. I'm going to parlay that with Tavares for the anytime goal. That's coming in at plus 310. So I'm going to bet those separately, you guys. Anytime goal for Tavares is coming in at plus 200. I like him for 4+ shots on goal. That's coming in at minus 108 on FanDuel. And then I also like his 2+ points at plus 280 to hit his milestone of 1,000 career points tonight against his former team. I think it's a really solid way to go. As far as the total, I don't trust the Islanders. If you're looking for a player that I do trust, Bo Horvat here, you could look at his points tonight. It's juicy at minus 166. Would have to be a parlay piece for me if you're looking for him. Samsonov is confirmed in goal. We know the issues that we've been seeing out of Toronto in some of these games defensively and goaltending-wise. So Horvat here for that point makes sense. I'm not sure if I'd look at him for the goal or the assist if you're not looking to take those points. I lean to this one going over, but I like Toronto's team total probably more so to the over. They've scored 3 or more goals in 8 of their last 10 games. So I do think they could go over that 3.5. It's just all dependent on how strong Sorokin is in this one. But Toronto on the money line and Tavares for the anytime goal parlay, my favorite bet of the day. Okay, happy Monday. Let's make some money, you guys. It is a beautiful Monday to make some money. We got 4 games on the ice. We're going to get to the third one here. The Detroit Red Wings taking on the Dallas Stars. Now, in this one, Detroit rolling in. It's a big underdog, and this line doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. Plus 176 here for the Red Wings. We got the Dallas Stars, and I know it's the Dallas Stars, but minus 215 for the Dallas Stars. I just can't get behind this total of 6.5 juice to the under at minus 134. If you want to take it over the 6.5, that is plus 110. If you think the Detroit Red Wings can keep this tight in a tight game, plus 1.5 at minus 137. And that is the first way I'm going to go in this one. I do think the Red Wings can keep this a competitive game. 4-3 style game. I think we do go over that total. I'm counting on Ottinger not to have a fantastic day. We know how strong Ottinger is at home, but you also look at this team. They're allowing these shots to come in. They're allowing 31.2 shots on goal per game. And yes, they have a phenomenal kill. So the Detroit Red Wings will have to capitalize on every single opportunity they have on the power play. They're a high shooting team, and they are converting on that power play at 22.9%. Now, when we look at the Dallas Stars, their power play is pretty similar at 23.7%. They've got a high shooting percentage as well. I really do think we're going to see those connections tonight. Ottinger rolling in here with a 2.84 goals against average and a save percentage of 0.905. James Reimer is on the other side of the puck, and he's got a 2.18 goals against average and a 0.922 save percentage. So strong goaltending. Defenses that, the kill of the Red Wings isn't that great at 77.8, so they're going to absolutely have to stay out of the box. They lost their last 2 games at home. When we look at them, the 2 prior, they were out on the road, able to get those wins. They have the Senators on deck at home in their next one. So I don't know. This is going to be an interesting one. I do think the Red Wings plus 1.5 at minus 137 screams value. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line as well, you guys. I just think this line is so lopsided. I expected Detroit to roll in here as a minus 125, plus 125 underdog here, not a plus 176. And for the Dallas Stars, I expect them closer to minus 180, minus 175. So it's just going against the line here. We saw Dallas off that loss to Vegas. And I know this team is strong at bouncing back. That was a 6-1 loss on Saturday. It's like they didn't even show up to that game. Vegas did a phenomenal job. They have the Sens on deck Friday at home. So there's no real look ahead spot for either of these teams. It's going to be, give me the team total too. I was looking at the team total for the Detroit Red Wings. I think they can score on Ottinger, and that's why I'm leaning to the over in this one. Over 2.5 is minus 110. I think if you could get a 3.5 out there, I'm not sure what the plus money would be on it. I can't get it on my book. They're not offering me alt lines right now, and I can't find it on FanDuel either. If you can fire that line up to over 3.5 for the team total of Detroit, I can see them winning this one 4-3 over the Dallas Stars. The Dallas Stars defense, while it's good, it's not completely solid. Okay, I'm glad you guys are agreeing with me for the high scoring one as well. Okay, let's look at the last game on deck. Ooh, this one is going to be brutal, you guys. The Calgary Flames on the road to take on the Colorado Avalanche. Now, Calgary on the road here, plus 146. The Colorado Avalanche, minus 176, total 6.5. Now, the 6.5 juice to the under, minus 132 to the under, plus 108 to the over. This one, I have to take under that total, and I don't love laying minus 132 on the under in this game, but I can't see this one going over that total. Calgary's been struggling to find the back of the net. While they're shooting at a high percentage and they're winning those faceoffs at 50.2%, averaging 31.4 shots on goal, they're only walking away with an average of 2.89 goals per game. Looking at the Colorado Avalanche, we know they're in a bit of a slump right now. They've lost their last 2. The last one to the Flyers, 5-2. They shouldn't have lost to the Flyers and given up so many goals in that one. But Carter Hart was absolutely fantastic. They fired on him insanely. He stopped 36 of 38 shots on goal. My neighbor is going to drive into their garage. I swear, they're revving their car, backing up on the ice. They're gonna floor it into the back of their garage. Okay. The last time these two teams played, sorry, I totally squirreled there, you guys. The last time these two teams played was back on November 25th, and the Colorado Avalanche were able to walk away with a 3-1 win. I think we have a pretty similar game in this one. I just don't trust Calgary right now. Calgary's sitting 4-10 on the puck line on the road, 5-7 on that straight up record. You look at Colorado, 9-4 at home, 8-2 on that puck line. This could be an opportunity to grab Colorado on the puck line, laying the 1.5. I just don't know if I can get there because I think it's that low of a scoring game. Dan Vladar is expected in net. Man, I want to see Wolfie the whole time. This young kid is just giving it his best, but we can't see Wolfie every time. He's got a 3.45 Vladar. Goals against average and a 0.877 save percentage. Now, they are off the loss to the Devils at home. That was a heartbreaking loss for them, 4-2. Connor Zary has been strong out there for the Calgary Flames, as well as Mackenzie Weegar. My problem is that taking any props for Calgary tonight or for the Avs is I just expect a low scoring on. But where I would look is Georgiev here, the goaltender for Colorado. I do think he's going to come out and have a really strong game in this one. We look at him in that last game. He was strong, or no, The last time out, the time before out, he was really strong. So I do think this number, his safe shots on goal, is too low. It's coming in at 26.5. You look at Calgary, they're averaging 31.4 shots on goal per game. And I know the Avs locked down pretty solidly defensively at 29.4, but I do think 26.5 is just too low. I expect Calgary to put up right around that 30 mark, and for one at most to go in. I really do think super low scoring game, just like the very last between these two. Now, the Avs won 7 of the last 10 matchups between these two, including the last 3 straight. Last 3 games, Calgary has struggled to score, and they've only put 1 goal up in each of the last 3, except for that Devils, in which they scored 2. So it's gonna be, versus the Avs, they've only scored the 1 goal, but they have struggled as well. You look at their goals in their last couple games, it just hasn't been pretty. So I really do think lower scoring game here. Give me the under 6.5. I think the Avs are the right side. I just can't get behind them on this money line here. Again, the money line's minus 176. You could probably look here at the Colorado Avs on the puck line in the first period, like the half ago. We know Calgary gives up that goal really quick in the first period. I would like that better if Dan Vladar wasn't in and it was Jacob Markstrom. He's absolute go-to, but he does have an injury, so we won't see him on the ice for a while. But I do think this is one where you look at the goaltender here for Colorado, take him over 26.5 save shots on goal. And I think that is the best bet of the day. But if you are looking for player props, you know you got to circle Nathan McKinnon, Cale Makar. For Calgary, it is Connor Zary and Mackenzie Weegar. So you guys, only those 4 games. I will be, kept going for Calgary on the upset alert. Thomas with the Avs 4-1 in regulation. Joe, thank you for being here. Plus 240 over on DK. Good to know. Let's make some money, you guys. It is a good day to make some money. Now, I'm going to be, the under 6.5 is where you absolutely have to go in this one. I really can't see Calgary scoring enough goals to push this one over. If anything, it's going to be the Avs that could push this one over, but I don't think that high. And Timmy going here with the Islanders in that one. Okay, the Islanders at home. It's pretty solid bet. And, you know, I can understand why you'd like the Islanders at home. My whole reasoning behind Toronto is because John Tavares, I do think they end up losing tomorrow to the Rangers. So this is Toronto wins tonight. They give everything they have because John Tavares is facing his old team, and then they have to face the Rangers tomorrow and they lose it. So I'm kind of looking ahead at that one. The Islanders don't have a look ahead situation. They don't play until Wednesday versus the Ducks. So quick recap here, you guys, super quick. Give me the Arizona Coyotes on the money line at plus 106. Give me Clayton Keller tonight. I like him for the anytime goal at plus 195 or the power play point at plus 170. I think it's going to be a great game between these two. I lean to that one going over that total. The Toronto Maple Leafs and the New York Islanders, again, I parlay John Tavares for the anytime goal with Toronto for the win that came out at plus 310. If you don't want to parlay him for the goal, my book wouldn't give me for the point or for, what else? The shots on goal. I couldn't parlay that with the money line, but I do like him for the power play or for the points tonight, 2+ points. That's coming in at plus 280. You can also look at him for 4+ shots on goal. That is coming in at minus 108, and the anytime goal at plus 200. The other side of the puck, Bo Horvat, they're looking at him for the point. It's juicy at minus 166, but I do think he gets on the board. And I got to ride that one to the over, especially Toronto's team total over that 3.5. We know they've been finding the back of the net. The Detroit Red Wings and the Dallas Stars, there's so much value here on Detroit, plus 1.5 for a tight game, sitting 7-3 on that puck line on the road versus the Dallas Stars, who haven't been winning by huge amounts at home, only sitting 3-8 on that puck line. So give me the Red Wings plus the 1.5 at minus 137. Sprinkle on that money line. I think this is a really solid game for them. Patrick Kane, Alex DeBrincat. Definitely players to circle. And the Red Wings team total over 2.5 at -110. I would fire that one up to 3.5 if you can get it on your book. And then I'm going to look here at the goaltender here for the Colorado Avalanche, Georgiev, to come out and go over 26.5 save shots on goal versus the Calgary Flames and the under 6.5. And now the players I'd look at, Cale Makar, Nathan McKinnon of the Avs. If you really want to bet some Calgary props, it's Connor Zary, Mackenzie Weegar for me. You guys, all the best in all your bets. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here every single day. You're going to ride with the Flames. You have way more faith than I do. I love it. The Dallas Stars over 1.5 in the first period. I can get behind that one starting off quick for sure. You guys, all the best. I'm on Game Time Decisions. Make sure you come over and join me talking tonight's doubleheader over on SportsGrid. I will be on at 6:25, and then join me tonight at 10:25 Eastern on Sports Rage with Cam and Gabe. It's going to be a good night. I'll see you guys later. Talk to you soon. Bye.